Hi guys, I have been wanting to do a voiceover riding video for quite some time, so here it is. In this video, I ride 3 separate horses on 3 separate days. The first one that I'll be riding here is Wendy. So Wendy is a 12 or 13-year-old thoroughbred mare, although she is the least thoroughbred-like thoroughbred I've ever ridden. She was rejected from racing because they said she was too slow and she did not want to run, which is still true to this day. She is actually quite lazy. So Wendy hates when you use your leg on her, and you can see here how she pins her ears back when you ask her to go faster. She did that quite a bit on this ride, but by the end we got over it. Wendy has jumped and she's done dressage. She's been to a lot of horse shows, so she knows her stuff. It's just a matter of making her do it or not. So that's really just what we worked on for this ride, is I wanted her to walk, trot, and canter nicely without giving me a bad attitude about it. As you will see, initially she was not very happy, but by the end she is going quite nicely. So this is the first time I asked her to trot. So at this point, as you can see, she was just really mad that we were actually working here instead of just plodding along. I honestly don't think I was tough enough with her. I was allowing her to pin her ears and turn and try to bite me and buck and all that because eventually she was going into the trot, so I kind of felt like whatever. But here I'm finally like, you know what, I'm sick of this and we're done with this attitude. So I spun her around, and as you can see, she instantly changed her demeanor and her ears are forward now, and she's like, oh, okay, we can trot. And honestly, from that point on, the ride was so much better. Her whole attitude was just so much better. She didn't want to work still, but she knew she had to do it, and she just accepted that we were going to work. So from this point, I asked her to canter, and I got a slight ear pin, but nothing like it was before, and she went right into the canter, which was nice. So overall, it was a good ride. The beginning was a little bit rough, but by the end, things were good, and we ended on a good note. So the next horse I'm riding here is Tank. He is an 18-year-old paint horse, and he has cushings, which is why he is super duper hairy. He honestly looks like a woolly mammoth and a horse mixed together. So the biggest thing that I always end up working with Tank on is that he will not stay on the fence, especially when you ask him to go faster. He likes to drift in towards the middle of the arena, and I'm not really sure what it's about. Part of it could be that he's a little bit spooky and he can't see over the fence, so he doesn't like to be right next to it. Here is a perfect example of him trying to drift off the fence. I honestly don't ride Tank a lot because I don't think our personalities go well together, and I think that can be a big factor in whether you ride a horse well or not, is if your personalities match. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but every time I ride him, it seems that we get into some sort of argument and it just never ends well. So the footage you are seeing here is one of the rare times that I actually rode him. So the goal of this ride was really just to work on staying next to the fence, and even if I didn't do a lot of things with him, making him go fast or actually exercise, I just wanted to keep him thinking mentally and make him work a little bit harder with his mind. Born from the same branch and leaves, wild and free, living here in harmony. Don't you see, this is where you want to be. When you leave, the world is never what it seems. If only we Right here is a good example of where I asked him to canter and he drifted off the fence, as you can see here. But honestly, compared to how our rides normally go, this was not bad. I decided at this point that we needed at least one good canter along the fence and then we could be done. This was our second attempt. Then we tried going the other way, which was absolutely horrible. Clearly not his favorite side. Unfortunately, my camera died shortly after this, so I didn't record it, but we did eventually get one good canter going on the right lead, and after that I hopped off so that we could end on a good note. So this video is a little bit different from the first two. I had another rider with me, and because we were riding together, we decided to leave the arena and go out to what we call the big field. On this particular day, it was cold and windy, so we really had to be watching the horses to make sure they were behaving themselves. The horse I'm riding here is named Prince, and he is a Morgan quarter horse cross. He is in a lot of my videos because, unlike Tank in the last one, I think my personality matches his very well. He honestly reminds me a lot of my dog Remy. So Prince is in his early or mid-20s, and a lot like Wendy, he has done a ton of things in his life and he knows his stuff. He is very, very smart, and he definitely adjusts how he behaves according to his rider. So what I have learned for me when I ride Prince is he has two different ways he acts. One will be like he was today, where he is pretty good, but he does a couple things to just see what he could get away with. Like that right there, he tried to eat the moss. The other way he acts is he will be super duper good and do literally nothing wrong to try to get you to stop paying attention, and then he tries to dump you. So yeah, he is a super smart pony, and he is the only one that's actually thrown me off before. So he is just too smart for his own good.
My heart stopped when I first saw you. My world stopped spinning. Now my world revolves around you. Did your heart stop when you first saw me?
So at this point, both of us wanted to canter, but we felt like it was too cold and windy, and the horses were just a little bit too fresh to do it out in the big field, so we made our way over to the arena.
Should I stop where I'm falling for me? Is your world stop spinning? Is your head spinning too?
Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a little bit more about the horses. If you like these type of GoPro voiceover videos, let me know. I can do a part 2, and I still have 5 other horses that I could film on. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!